Welcome to the first set of the semifinals of the Victory Road Draft League playoffs. My name is Lion Hugs, and I'll be hosting for today. This set pits Mystical Chain, which is Noel's team, versus Detroit Dunsparces, Startoad's team. This will be a best-of-3 set, so the first to reach 2 wins will advance to the semifinals, and the loser will play in the third-place contender match. So just to quickly go ahead and review our Megas for today, we have Mega Sableye for Mystical Chain, and I believe that is Mega Swampert for Detroit Dunsparces. Sableye will not be appearing this match. For Z-move privileges, we have Lycanroc Dusk for Mystical Chain and Mew. Unfortunately, only a Mew is showing up today. And then for Detroit Dunsparces, we have Zapdos, who is making an appearance, and Porygon Z, who is not appearing this set. So before we get started today, just want to go ahead and do a brief little recap for anybody who might have forgotten. Last time these two teams faced each other, the score actually went 2-0 in Noel's favor, so it was a really uphill battle for both sides, obviously, but especially for Noel, who tends to do very, very well in these matches. That time around, it seems that Drapion worked very well for Startoad. I believe it KO'd 2 Pokemon, if I'm just right off the bat. And on the other side, we had Noel's Milotic, Mystici. She was able to recover a lot and kind of tank some certain attacks. I believe that time around also, Startoad ran like a rain set based team, and then Noel actually ran Trick Room. I think that was the first time Noel ran Trick Room the entire match. Well, I could be wrong about that, but anyway, just going into some initial thoughts, I do see, quite obviously, Mystici is making another appearance, and we also have Piloswine. Both of those have seemed to serve Noel very well. Mystici, obviously, with that good recovery, and Piloswine usually honestly just surprises me with just how strong it can actually be with that Ice Cold Crash, which I don't know exactly how beneficial it'll be this time around looking at Startoad's team. Though I believe it might have X's. I'm mixing my Pokemon right now because I'm thinking of both Milotic and Piloswine. But if Noel packs like Freeze Dry, for example, I know that could do heavy damage to, I think, both Pelipper and Swampert. But I believe Freeze Dry is a water move, so maybe hopefully misses. I always mess this up. Freeze Dry. It's a nice move. Anyway, and then of course looking at Startoad's team, we do see Drapion making another appearance. Mega Swampert's also a really big heavy hitter, and Celesteela is maybe more like a tank-like Pokemon, but it can also deal some pretty good damage. And quite obviously we have Zapdos, so I'm assuming there's going to be a bit of a hyper offense on Startoad's side. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, give me... Alright, and looks like Startoad is leading with Emperor the Drapion. And we have Cyclone the Hitmontop with that nice Intimidate starting off, so... Okay, Knockoff doesn't do as much damage as it could have, but it does take off Cyclone's Assault Vest. That will kill its defensive capabilities later on in the match. Sorry, affect its defensive capabilities. And of course the Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher, comes out. Unfortunately, it takes an Earthquake, however, it doesn't do as much damage as it could have, only about 26%. And now comes Truth the Druddigon, taking a Leech Seed from Margaret Thatcher. However, Truth actually avoids the Leech Seed. Interesting, so now we have Pelipper setting up Rain. Unfortunately, that Thunder Punch was an absolute one-hit KO. It's only about 4 turns in, and the score is already 6-5. However, with that Rain setup, I wonder who's coming out next. Would it be Swamp? Yep, it is Blue Hulk, the Swampert. Potentially soon to be a Mega Swampert. And then Noel does a nice switch into Hitmontop to go ahead and intimidate Swampert, reduces its attack. And there goes Startoad sitting with Stealth Rock, hoping to punish future switch-ins. However, if Cyclone is any kind of giveaway, it does have access to Rapid Spin. And Waterfall takes out 55% of its health. Sorry, a good job there for Cyclone, going ahead and taking that Rapid Spin. It's probably a really good time to switch out, given that it has no recovery moves. Or at least not a recovery move that could help out here. And now we have Mysticy. It easily takes a Waterfall, into about 21%. Yeah, that Intimidate is really affecting Startoad right here. I was about to say it would be a good time to switch, and out comes Ridley, the Goodra. And Noel taking off the Scald, probably the best thing he could have done, however the burn does not go into effect. And this is a Ridley with leftovers, so we gotta watch out for this. And another Scald goes through, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have burned either. RNG's not favoring Noel right now. And out comes an Infestation. Those are not fun to deal with. So a burn plus Infestation is going to really chip away at Mysticy. This would probably be a good time to recover and then switch out. Especially with that, Ooh, Thunderbolt. Not doing as much damage as I expected. Only 33%. So again, Mysticy showing her viability as a tank. And out comes Instinct the Zapdos. Nice Pokemon Go reference yet again. Ah, good choice from Noel, setting up a light screen. This probably gives it a chance to go ahead and recover, even at 42%. Oh, instead we have Ivory the Piloswine come back out. Probably to take a... Oh, nice read from Startoad. A Heat Wave to go ahead and try and tank Ivory. Doesn't really do too much damage, but better than a Thunder. There it is, there's a Freeze Dry. That is a one-hit KO to Mega Swampert. Excellent, excellent choice of move right there. And out comes Margaret Thatcher. And quite obviously, Noel will switch to avoid the disadvantage. And the Leech Seed misses. Margaret Thatcher's... I believe this is the second time this match that Leech Seed has missed. Luck is not really helping out the Iron Lady. And now with Light Screen off, special moves can... Oh. And a super effective Thunder Punch takes out Margaret Thatcher. But with that Light Screen down, special attacks can go damage into normal. Meanwhile, Emperor the Drapion comes out and takes does a nice pursuit, good prediction. Takes Truth down to 18%. So it looks like a fair amount of Noel's Pokemon are pretty low in their health at the moment. And out comes Ridley the Goodra after Drapion took an Intimidate. However, Ridley just took a close combat and brought it down massively to about 80%. Oh, I believe this is the first time we've seen Aromatisse this whole match. Out comes Sensoria to take whatever hit that Ridley would dish out, which happens to have been a Draco Meteor. That's an excellent read from Noel. There's a lot of nice back and forth going on here. An Infestation. Fortunately doesn't do that much damage. And there's a Trick Room, so it looks like both teams have brought their same strategies from last time around. We both had the Rain team attempt to start, and then we had the Trick Room. And now the Moonblast takes out Ridley. The score is now 6-2. Looks like Starto's in a little bit of a tough position. but it's not over till it's over. Another Moonblast, and Emperor goes down. Trick Room is just such a hard strategy to get around. Like once it's set up on you, and you. So now we have Instinct. Sasori is most likely gonna outspeed it, or sorry, definitely gonna outspeed it. And here comes the first Z move. Gigavolt Havoc, unfortunately only doing 56% damage, not the one-hit KO that Startoad would have been looking for. And without a priority move, I believe Instinct will go down the next mat. Oh! And there goes the Thunderbolts. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have spoken so soon. Looks like that Trick Room was messing with my perceptions as well, but... out comes Truth the Dreadigan. Oh, and a nice roost from Instinct, losing its flying typing. However, Outrage will be the final move this match. And that is it for set 1. The score will be 5-0 in Noel's favor, who will advance. These will be the scores that will advance for the match 2. So, honestly, this is a really exciting match. I think it's still anyone's real game moving forward. Startoad is definitely going to need a victory for match 2 in order to get to the final set. Otherwise, another win in Noel's favor would allow Noel to proceed, and then unfortunately Startoad will be the first loss for the semifinals. But I don't want to count Startoad out, especially seeing the good reads going back and forth this time around, and quite obviously the first time these two players met on the battlefield. So without any further ado, I will bid you guys farewell and tune in to match 2 to come very, very soon.